What if I told you that some of the top real estate agents right now are getting leads from something that most people laugh off and feel like it's just a waste of their time? But the real estate industry as a whole is pretty outdated, and there are some agents in mid-sized cities that are generating more leads than your entire team, and I'm gonna show you exactly how they're doing that. A lot of the real estate professionals I talk to think that they already have their system going and the money flowing, but it's not until they realize where some of this opportunity actually lies, until they really see the numbers of how many leads it's actually producing for some agents in other niche areas, that they really want to try to dive in and get more interested in understand how this model actually works. So we're gonna do something fun here, and I'm gonna go on ChatGPT. All right, so we're gonna look up, give me a random city in America. Boom. And we're going to see what it spits out. Boise. Now we're going to go on to YouTube and type in Boise, Idaho living. Now, this is literally exactly how some real estate agents are crushing it. Check it out. You have living in Idaho. Shout out Craig Flood. Now, let's see how he's doing. 12,000 subscribers. And I bet you Craig is doing pretty well and has a channel with 186 videos, living in Ohio. Now, if you were planning on moving to Ohio and live there, wouldn't you want to know from someone that's actually built a channel around living in Ohio themselves and understand why people are leaving, if you can actually afford it, see maybe some of the houses, mix in a house tour here and there, understand the resort style living, just everything it takes when it comes to Boise, Idaho. Now, I'm sure he is crushing. He has a lead magnet here. Book your free relocation game plan call, where you talk to him, and I'm sure he's generating several leads because of this. But let's try another one. And I'm going to guess as well on how well I think. And some of these neighborhoods are untapped. Give me another random city, even smaller, and see what it spits out here, because this is something that maybe you have a neighborhood within your area that might be smaller than a Boise, Idaho, such as Decorah. Where even is that? Decorah? And this is the thing. I work with agents every single day when it comes to this specific type of lead generation, and that is through YouTube. Organic YouTube lead flow is how some agents are making seven figures quietly right now, and you would never even know. So what even is Decorah? Let's just say living in Decorah. And it's the living in channels, which I'm sure you've heard of if you're watching this video. We have some of them, Decorah, Idaho, whatnot. So Decorah, that's an untapped area. You would have to do some of the numbers to where if it would even make sense to build a channel around that. But give me another state, mid-size city. Because wherever you are, let's do, for example, I'm in Southern California area. There are agents that we work with in the Glendale area, specifically making videos around that area, where they'll mix in a house tour with 3 other neighborhood videos in the surrounding areas to niche down, and for people that are interested in moving to Glendale, they'll reach out to them and get more information. Chattanooga. Now, that's a great one. Chattanooga, Tennessee. Let's see how they're doing moving to Chattanooga. And it doesn't have to necessarily be this living in or this moving to coin term. Right now, what we found best is if you title it your YouTube channel. Now, I'm going to give you some hacks within this video. You title your YouTube channel your name, and then put a little dash, vertical dash, that is. And let's say Chattanooga area living. That is what's working right now for some of the channels that we do work with and some of the real estate professionals that we talk to. Look at this guy. First one that pops up, the living in Chattanooga guy. And let's check it out. 4,000 subscribers, which is a lot. And he is definitely generating over 500 views per video, 1,000 views, 8,000 views about moving to Chattanooga. Is it affordable? And this comes down to a system. It looks like he's posting every 2 weeks, then 2 months, tapers off a bit there, and he's not that consistent with it. But I'll bet you if he was posting every single week, this guy would be crushing the leads in Chattanooga. And this is still super untapped, because 2026, obviously not the greatest market the last year or two, but as the market starts to get better, which it will, and if you're doing real estate now, if you know you're going to be doing real estate in 5 years, then why are you not hopping on YouTube? Start right now, pause this video, and film something about your specific neighborhood, because if you are going to settle down in a specific area and know you're going to be doing real estate out there and you're not doing this, then people that are building these types of channels are going to blow by you. It's crazy. And I know people, you've probably looked up some of the other real estate gurus that have talked about this specific style. Well, it may be outdated because of what is going on in AI right now, because of how you need to articulate to your audience and what makes sense for them when they're looking for a place to move to. But this is kind of fun. Let me get another state, another mid-size city, and see what it spits out here. But Fort Collins, Colorado. Shout out Colorado. I lived out there for a little bit for college, played baseball, college baseball out there. Fort Collins, I think that is a little bit north of Denver. And look at that, living in Fort Collins. They've got this channel on lock, but that's a thing. You might be thinking, oh, it's a little bit more saturated. The living in space, what were good channels to make maybe 3-4 years ago. And now there's a lot of people understand, and it doesn't even matter where you're at. The living in channels, the moving to channels still work, but it's now going to the area channels. So coining yourself as Fort Collins area real estate agent, those are specifically crushing. Let's check out this guy's channel right here, just living in Fort Collins, Colorado. There are a multitude of things he can already do when it comes to just his profile photo. I guess if he has a team, that's decent, but you still would want to see their faces up close, ideally, so you know who you're looking at here. And the thumbnails need a lot of help. I'm not gonna lie, like they can maximize. They're not doing a good job at maximizing the views that they could be getting on these videos. 100, 400 views, which are fine, but they can be doing a lot more. Font is way too small on these, too many different colors. You need to simplify it. This is a better thumbnail. I like it, but still too many colors. And I'm sure they're working with some sort of agency that has pitched them on this idea. And because they're posting weekly, they must be generating some sort of lead flow to where this makes sense and fits in whatever budget they have for content and for marketing. Now, let me check one more. Give me another one. Okay, let me give me another one. And let's do Madison, Wisconsin. That's kind of fun. Madison, Wisconsin moving. So there are areas that are untapped right now. Look at that. Moving to Madison. You got a living in Madison channel. And this woman right here moving to Madison, 300 subscribers. Let's see what she had done wrong. Well, she stopped because her systems were off. One thing I can tell you right now is her thumbnails are not great. She's probably obsessed with her dog, but the thumbnails could use a lot of work when it comes to the fonts are all over the place. You can't really tell what's going on in the images in the background. This is not a good thumbnail at all, even though that's probably the most views she's gotten in a video, which is interesting. She could have maximized the viewership on this Madison, Wisconsin channel entirely, and she gave up on it, unfortunately, and she probably thought going through referrals or cold calling, door knocking might be a little easier, but I'm sure, Mindy, keep it going. This would really explode in the next 2 years, especially with what the market is doing right now, which is super interesting. And then let's try something like Wisconsin home tour, because this is what we found does well. You mix in a house tour. Look at that, Wisconsin. You got another Madison, Wisconsin realtor right there. That's 3 years ago, a little outdated. Can do a better job on the thumbnail. But this is what is quietly printing millionaires right now. Millionaires are being made from channels with 3,000 subscribers getting 200 views a video. Now, I don't want to gatekeep any information. Let me show you exactly one of our clients that we work with, because shout out to Tommy, just closed a $5.2 million home this week because of his YouTube channel. But when you have a system that is consistent, you will generate, and what he does, 3 leads per day. Super impressive. You have the lead magnet that we set up for him, where there's a Palm Springs area guide, 19 pages, to where that's where you get leads, emails onto your newsletter, and then he films videos based off of ideas that our team has for him, scripting, etc. But you still have to put in the work. It's a business, it doesn't matter who you are. And if you're getting 3 leads a day and generating multiple deals per week, you still have to figure out what system makes the most sense for you. So let's say Los Angeles, California. We type that in and we go to like a let's try Redondo Beach area because this is what you can do. If you're living in Redondo Beach, all you need to do is make 4 videos your first month, let's say every week, one home tour, which would be easy if you're a real estate agent. And also, speaking of home tours, I have a free community down below, teach you how to put out your first home tour within the first week. Let me know if you have any questions about that. But if you're talking about Redondo, you can easily mention Hermosa and then go even more niche. This is what will generate you lead. This is game that most people don't talk about because they want to keep the info to themselves. But if you are in LA, let's say, for example, well, maybe not LA. Maybe let's do a different area because I'm in LA specifically. Let's go to Salt Lake City, Utah. Let's say you talk about Salt Lake City, you be that Salt Lake City realtor. Well, you better be talking about Murray, West Jordan, West Valley City, and then showcase a property within those cities too. People want to hear about them, but then they also want you to mix in them seeing it. So 3 desk videos, 1 video out in the field, and then mix in some of that area footage. But it is just crushing right now when it comes to realtors that have maybe smaller teams or that have been in the game for a little while and now they want to stop cold calling and generate leads consistently while they sleep. It's such an exciting time. And so that's why I like looking at what other channels are doing because we know with the people that we work with and talk to on a daily basis that this is crushing. And I love doing it and answering it. I've been doing YouTube for 7 years myself. And I just am obsessed with the media side and how it's been helping business owners and real estate professionals in this day and age specifically. And so, yeah, I want you guys to succeed in any way possible and just understand that whatever market you're in, you can become the go-to person if you're settled down, if you have a family and maybe a few kids, you'll be a celebrity in your area. You'll get recognized out at the local 7-Eleven just because of these niche videos. And this is the one way to where you know that social media, you have to put a face to the name. And I'm sure you know that if you're watching this video right now, you have probably maybe tried or you've just watched a ton of videos and haven't taken action yet. Well, I challenge you to join my community down below and post your first video this week. It can be a house tour, start there, or start by speaking to a camera and treat it as if you're talking to a friend when you're speaking to the camera. But if you have any questions about how these realtors are specifically quietly building 7-figure businesses just by talking to the camera, let me know down in the comments and subscribe to this channel. I'm going to try to drop more knowledge for you guys because even though I feel like this is common sense and common knowledge to me and in my world, most real estate agents that I talk to on a daily basis still don't know that this method of prospecting exists. I had 2 calls today with agents that told me that they were constantly cold calling, which obviously still can work. And if you found that that system is comfortable for you, then continue doing it. But if you want evergreen leads ongoing and all you have to do is speak to a camera and you can become micro famous while doing that, well, that's also fun in itself. But yeah, subscribe for more value driven videos on how real estate agents are generating organic leads through YouTube now. And I will see you guys on the next one.